there, welcome to Movie Review Mom. I'm the mom and I do the movie reviews. And my goal is to give you the heads up on filmmaking quality and content so that you can make the best decision for you and your family as to whether or not you want to spend time or money or both watching a specific film. So the specific film I'm doing a movie review of today is called Raymond and Ray. This quirky and dramatic movie is now available on Apple TV Plus. It's rated R and is an hour and 45 minutes. And my movie review mom grade is a B minus. Now, don't click away to another YouTube channel just yet. Let me explain why. And so I'm going to give you an overview in a nutshell, and then I'll point out things I liked and didn't like, as well as offer tips for parents, themes worth talking about if you watch this with other people, interesting lines, funny lines, if there are any, and even recommendations for other films that are sort of similar. So if you like those, you'll probably like this one. All right, so let's dive in. In a nutshell, two brothers share a name, Raymond and Ray, and they share a road trip to their estranged father's funeral. Reunited to carry out his father's last wishes to dig his grave, they dig deep into their past traumas and uncover the history of the man they both hate. Resentments, secrets, and memories flood in, presenting the brothers with a chance to reconcile their past and find forgiveness and a way forward. All the while, the question arises if one ever really knows their parents, and must your upbringing define who you are as an adult? The film was written and directed by Rodrigo Garcia. It was nominated for Best Film at the Rome Film Fest this year. So that's awesome. And there are plenty of things that I liked about this movie. First of all, I have always been a fan of Ewan McGregor and Ethan Hawke for years. They have great chemistry together in this movie and are just true pros. It's like watching a masterclass in acting, really. They give outstanding performances filled with nuances. Ethan Hawke's daughter, by the way, is now in the movie business. Check out her recent performance in the movie Do Revenge. She looks just like her dad and her beautiful mom, Uma Thurman. I'll load up that movie review that I did for Do Revenge right after this one, so you can kind of check that out. The supporting cast members, I thought, also did a really great job. The story forces us to take an honest look at our own lives, our family relationships, and the legacy we'll leave. The quirky humor is often very amusing in a very subtle way. Now, on to the things that I didn't like or just thought could have been done better. For example, there are moments that feel extremely forced. Some of the characters make odd choices, and so we don't always know exactly what these characters are going to do. We haven't spent enough time with them to be able to say, oh, he's going to do this or he's going to do that. We're constantly like, oh, okay. The dialogue, I thought, missed a few crucial moments and also feels forced at times. Let me give you some tips for parents. This is really not a family-friendly movie to watch. Kids are going to be extremely bored, and so will some adults waiting for something to happen. There is profanity, including F-bombs. There's a lot of talk of a man who was a womanizer. A man flips the bird. We see a photo of a nude woman from the back with a side shot, if you know what I mean. There is talk of drugs, and we also see the naked backside of a man. Some of the themes that are illustrated well in the movie are dysfunctional families, brotherhood, grief, forgiveness, the power of music, death, legacy, infidelity, and marriage. So I didn't write down any funny lines. Nothing made me laugh out loud, although I did mention there is some subtle humor. But I will share some interesting lines from the movie. First of all, Ray, who's played by Ethan Hawke, says, "You don't have to go. He's dead. He'll never know," as they're talking about a certain circumstance. Another really interesting line, also spoken by Ethan Hawke's character, is when he says, "It's going to take a lot more than a hole in the ground to get that old man out of your head." And that's what they're both trying to do. They're trying to make sense of their past, their very dysfunctional family, and see if they can recover from trauma and become a better man than what they are. Raymond, who's played by Ewan McGregor, says, forgiveness is good, and yet they really struggle with forgiveness. And then Lucia, who plays this beautiful Spanish woman, played by Maribel Verdú, says, the boys and the men are not the same thing. And there's a really great lesson in how what is past, what is forward is your future, and you can do anything with your future. Your past doesn't have to determine your future, in other words. And I really thought that was an important message and one of the biggest themes of the whole movie, really. And then there's a reverend who's kind of managing these boys, these men, as they're digging their father's grave and breaking out into fights or disagreements or whatnot. And so Reverend West is played by Vondi Curtis Hall, and he says to the boys, the men, rest from yourself. And I thought that that was actually really good advice, because you can see that these two boys have just been traumatized for years as they've grown up, and it's exhausting, and they're angry and bitter. And so I thought that that advice was perfect. So some of the movies that instantly came to my mind have to do with death and forgiveness and some of the themes that we've just talked about. The first one is called Eulogy. In 2004, it came out. Some really profound lessons and great acting. Another one came out in 2014 called This Is Where I Leave You. And again, takes a look at your past, your present, and your future. And then finally, the last one that I thought of was People Like Us, filmed in 2012. So check those out. If you like these themes, if you personally are struggling, or if you're just fascinated by those ideas and principles in your own life and how to make sense of your own life as it unfolds. All right. Thank you so much for spending a few minutes with me. I really appreciate your support. And you can support this channel by hitting the like button and, of course, subscribing, and even just typing comments down below actually helps to grow my channel, because it helps YouTube find my channel and expose it to more people so that it can grow. So anyway, thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.